are kind of like, metaphorically speaking, fucked because our society is there like, girls don't ask guys out, that's weird. And so most ladies feel a social pressure to not ask, which is, yeah, thank you, it's fucking stupid. Like, fucking stupid. It's the context we have to work with. If you don't feel, like if you're like, look, I would rather not ask anybody out and never go on a date, if you're willing to do that trade, then do that trade. If you're like, you know what, I'm willing to break social rules to get a date, then by all means do that. But be aware that that's the trade you're making, ladies, dudes. You do have the social role of you're supposed to ask girls out. You also have the social role of boys aren't supposed to have feelings, suck it up and deal with it. And that's bullshit too. Because remember the long bit I did about abuse and people aren't allowed to feel the feelings and process shit? It's fucking bullshit. It is okay to be intimidated by the thought of rejection. However, this is for the 30% of the room that wants more dates but doesn't ask people out. Rejection hurts approximately 20% more than worrying once about the rejection that might happen. So, I mean, if you're like, if your option is worry about the rejection or experience the rejection, and it's 1 and 1, worrying about it hurts a little less. Who here worried about rejection only once this year? That's what I thought. Which means that you're at least at 160 of the actual pain of rejection. Who here, when they're like, oh, I could ask that person out, and then goes, oh, no, it hurt too much. I could get rejected, right? Maybe then, after thinking that, you go out and ask them out. Maybe you get rejected. But who here has like a, I don't know, like a, for every 5 times you worry about asking someone out, you ask somebody out 4 times? I don't think anybody here has that ratio. It's a lot higher on the worrying. It's like, oh, she's cute. Oh, she's way out of my league. Oh, but I'd like to. No, she shut me down. Yeah, like 4 or 5, like, yeah, no. And then, a couple days later, you're like, oh, or he maybe, oh, he's really cute. I'd like to fuck him right in the ass. Oh, but he's so hot. Obviously, that dude gets approached way more often. And even though we're in Canada and everybody's like, not going to murder me for being gay, I just, he's probably not going to say yes because he's not wearing pants tight enough to be gay. Whatever. So here's the problem with that. If you don't ask anybody out, you don't get dates. If you're a dude. Unless a girl asks you out, which is fairly rare. If you worry about rejection, you get the pain, 80% of the pain of being, and that's just a number I pulled out of my ass. I'm just saying it's a number, right? Maybe half as much. I think it's more than that. And you worry about the rejection, right? So either you worry and don't ask anybody else, and you get to be lonely and alone and feel a significant amount of pain about rejection without actually having experienced it. Or, middle ground, you don't shower or lift weights, and you do occasionally ask some people out, and they reject you, and you worry about rejection and don't ask anybody else out, so you're lonely and you feel a lot of rejection and you worry about rejection. And then over here, where the skies are blue and the birds sing, you've got people who just grit their teeth and chew through life and they worry about rejection, but they're like, fuck it, and they ask someone out. And they get rejected, and they're like, that did suck. I'm gonna try again. And again, and again, and again. And then eventually, they don't get rejected, and they get a first date. That person has experienced probably about as much suffering as the middle ground. I think possibly less suffering, possibly more, than someone who never asks anybody out. But the ratio of suffering to good stuff, the actual dates, this is the only one who gets any ratio out of it. It's 0 to everything, it's 0 to everything, it's 1 to a bunch, right? So math error, non-zero number. This is the only one that pays off. So what I'm saying is, if you're over here and you're not asking anybody out, or if you're over here and you ask a couple people out and you're just like, I just can't fucking deal with it, it hurts too much, I sympathize. But the only way it stops sucking shit is you go over here and you're like, okay, this, if I get rejected, it will suck. And you do it anyways. So online dating is a fucking garbage fire. But online dating the odds are way worse, because I think for every 100 women, for example, that I message on online dating sites, maybe 10 of them will say anything back to me. And that's not an unusual ratio for dudes. And of those 10, maybe I'll get a date with 1, maybe 2 of them, right? That's a first date. Of the first dates, I might get a second date a third of the time. And then once you got through the second date, third date, things are going better. But that's 100 to 1, maybe 100 to 2 ratio. Online dating is a fucking garbage fire. Because in person, it hurts more, because you don't have that technological barrier between you and the other person, right? It's not just you want to go for coffee? It's, you have to look them in the eyes and be like, I'm admitting I want to fuck you. And hearing back, I do not want to put my genitals on you. Right? That hurts, I'll admit. And it hurts more in person than it does online, and that's why a lot of people like to do the online stuff, because it hurts less, but your ratio sucks. So math-wise, in person is better. What?
No, I heard some of these dating bots now where they...
Yeah, they just churn the numbers out. Online dating is a garbage fire for many reasons. So, what I would like to do, because I know there are some people in, quite a number of people, not everybody, but there are a number of people in this room who don't ask the other gender out, or their preferred gender out, or their preferred genders out. And I don't mean that in a Tumblr sense, I mean there's some bisexuals. Who don't ask people out because it hurts too much, and I sympathize with you. But I would like to demonstrate something using some crowd participation. And it's a very important lesson. So, I know we're all adults here, so I don't need to have an age limit. So, if you're willing to participate in being asked out by me publicly, that's great. I was just staring at him. Which is great. Thank you. It's okay, like, not would you be willing to go on a date with me? Because that's what I'll be asking you. It is okay, even preferable, if I hear and people see me getting no's. So not, if you're willing to go out with me, raise your hand. If you're willing to be asked and respond in public, if you're comfortable with shutting me down or saying yes in public, we'll have you raise your hand with, again, the caveat, if you say yes, we're going to go on a date. Okay, so this is not audience participation, haha, show's over, thank you, go home. This is audience participation, haha, show's over. So, directs? That's a little fast for the first date.